Carson, thanks for taking the time to do this today. We'll jump right into it and start with John McMullen and then Rob Motti.
Hey, good afternoon, Carson. Obviously, you were out of practice last week. Can you kind of tell us what you were dealing with and if you feel 100% heading into week one?
Yeah, I feel great now. I had a little groin tightness, and it was just a really good week to kind of just let it rest and take care of myself off the field. So I was out there today practicing, feeling great. So yeah, that'll be behind me for sure.
Okay, Rob Motti and then Jeff McClain.
Hey Carson, we got the news today that Jason Peters is moving back to left tackle. How do you feel about that? How excited are you to have him out there? He brings obviously all the veteran experience and everything else that he's done over the course of his career.
Yeah, I'm excited about that for him, for this team. It's I've had JP back there blocking my blind side pretty much every year, and obviously he's missed a couple games with injuries and stuff over the years, but he's been the guy. He's been the guy out there and done a great job. Call him the bodyguard for a reason. Always takes care of me. So I'm pretty excited that he's back there. I think the O-line's excited about it and puts us in a good position going forward for sure.
Jeff McClain and then Bo Wolf.
Carson, throwing on the run and off balance is clearly one of the better things, but one of the better traits that you have. But can there sometimes be an over-reliance on that to throw off balance when maybe unnecessary? And if so, how do you go about correcting that?
You're never perfect, without a doubt. You got to throw off platform a lot of times, in the pocket, out of the pocket. Pressure in your face, all sorts of things. So you can always get carried away on either side of the spectrum, really. But, it is something that I feel that I can do to help create, big plays or make things happen when pockets break down. So, we're just going to keep building it and progressing with it. But for sure, there's a time and place that, maybe you don't need to do it. But, that's part of learning. That's part of growing. That's part of football.
Okay, Bo Wolf and then Les Bowen.
Hey Carson, how curious or anxious are you to see what this offense actually looks like come week one? You guys haven't been live, and do you think that the offense is going to be behind the defense at this point?
I guess anxious would be the right word. Excited probably. I know what we've looked like in practice, and I feel extremely confident in the guys that we have. But a lot of new guys, a lot of younger guys that haven't gotten a chance to get out there and get their feet wet. So I'm excited about it. I'm also, anxious to see what Washington's defense is going to look like. Completely new staff over there. So, there's unknowns on both sides, and that's the kind of beauty of week one usually. So we're excited for it.
Good. Les Bowen and then Dave Zangaro.
Hi, Carson. How did you find out that Jason was going to be back on the left side, and did you think this would work out all along? What was your attitude toward this?
Yeah, I just took it one day at a time. I believe in whatever guy is out there, to be honest. I think it was good to get a lot of those guys reps and kind of have it be competition and everything. But, I knew at the end of the day, Jason, the coaches, everyone would put guys in the right position for this team to succeed. And so I found out this morning about it. And, I can tell he's ready to go. He's excited about it. And so am I.
Hey, Dave Zangaro and then Zach Berman.
Hey, Carson, you'll have Josh McCown with you, I guess, at least virtually this season. How much will that help you, and how excited are you about that opportunity?
Yeah, I'm very excited about it. I think, having Josh around last year was huge for me, but really for this entire building. I think he just provided a lot of insight, a lot of energy. He was kind of a mentor to a lot of guys. He's twice the age of some guys in this building. So, I always give him a little crap for that. But it's awesome to have him back. And, to what level he's engaged, we'll kind of wait and see as we go. But, I'm pretty proud of him also for setting, another record this year for being the oldest practice squad player. He just keeps setting new records. So, it's always good to have him around. And, we'll see how it unfolds for the season.
Zach Berman and then Paul Domowitch.
Hey, Carson, from the perspective of playing quarterback, what changes the most when you're in a quiet stadium or I guess an empty stadium? Is it the lack of energy? Is it the lack of normal crowd noise? How would you explain that?
Yeah, I think, communication is going to look a little different. Still unsure as, if they're pumping in crowd noise to what level, still trying to figure that out. So, unsure a little bit. I think it's more the momentum and providing your own kind of energy. I think as a team, you got to provide that yourself. I know one thing for me, like if I'm hitting, I'm throwing a deep ball, I'm not going to hear the crowd noise to know if it was complete or incomplete. I'm going to have to get up and see that crowd noise is going to stay the same. So it's going to be unique. It's going to be different. But there's a lot of unknown right now, to be honest. So we'll kind of see as we go. But to be honest, we're just thankful and grateful that we're getting to play, whatever that looks like.
Okay, Paul Domowich and then Ruben Frank.
Yeah, Carson, when we talked to you earlier this summer, one of the things on your offensive wish list was more explosive plays this year. After Deshaun got hurt in the second game last year, obviously there were few and far between of those kind of plays. You got him back. You got Hightower. At some point, you'll be getting Rieger back. I mean, what are your thoughts right now on the potential for this offense to have those kind of plays?
Yeah, I'm excited about that potential. Obviously having Deshaun back out there, Hightower's done some great things. Rager's had a great camp. We all know what Miles can bring to the game. So we do have the ability to be explosive. We have the guys to do it. I think we have the scheme to do it as well. So I'm hoping and looking forward to that, kind of changing and being a big part of what we are, what we do and who we are this year. But obviously we got to go out and execute it. But I think we have the right pieces in place to be explosive when we need to be.
Okay, Ruben Frank and then Chris Franklin.
Hey, Carson, you said you're confident in whoever they would put out at left tackle. But, the reality is Matt Pryor's never played out there. He's never played tackle. Jordan's never played in a meaningful game. Obviously, Jack Driscoll has no experience. Were you concerned about the prospect of having somebody at left tackle protecting your blind side, on opening day? And do you feel relieved that JP's out there now?
I wouldn't say concerned. I think, just trusting the coaches and really trusting them to I knew at the end of the day, as this unfolded and you saw the competition and everything, that we'd have the right guy out there. I think so that for me was just trusting that, it was going to play out how it was supposed to. Obviously, I'm ecstatic that it's JP just because of his track record, his understanding of this offense, his understanding of the position. He's been doing it for a long time. He's one of the best. So I'm excited that it's him. And, these younger guys will still get their opportunities, in different positions without a doubt. So they have to stay ready regardless. But, I'm excited that it's all 7-1 back there.
Chris Franklin and then Nick Fierro.
Hey, Carson. I was wondering if you can walk us through, what it's like to actually go through the discussion when it comes to going down through a 4th and short or going forward on 4th down. And also was wondering to ask if you feel if Coach Peterson is possibly the most aggressive coach in the NFL.
Good question. I would say he's aggressive. To sit and say he's the most aggressive, I can't make that, that statement. I'll let you guys, make those decisions. But I love his aggressive mentality. I think it really kind of motivates players and instills confidence in us, that he trusts us to get it done. As far as the conversation goes, it's honestly usually not much of a conversation because Coach, he knows if he wants to go for it, we're going for it. As far as sometimes the play we run, that's a different conversation. Those things happen depending if it's a timeout and those things. So he puts a lot of trust in us both to talk about, the play we're going to run, but also a lot of trust in us to get it done in those situations. And I think we all love that about him.
Okay, Nick Fierro and then Daniel Gallen.
Hi, Carson. It became pretty obvious last year by the end of the opener that it didn't take you very long to develop a pretty good rapport with Deshaun Jackson. First time working with him, first year working with him. Do you think you're going to need to have that same dynamic going with some of these new guys this year? I know Jalen's not going to be out there for the first game. Yeah. Maybe you'll need that with John Hightower. How important will that be?
Yeah, I think, just building that chemistry is vital, is crucial. A guy like D-Jack last year makes it a lot easier when he's as explosive as he is, and he's also a veteran. He was a veteran last year, so he understands defenses, he understands the ins and outs. I think it looks different building that chemistry and that rapport with younger guys. It's helping them see the game how you see it and talking through a lot of things and getting them to play fast and see it the way you see it. So I think it's been good to have a lot of those conversations, and those guys I've seen just every week get better and better. And, I'm excited for them to finally get out there and get their feet wet the regular season here. But I expect, big things out of them, but we're not going to put too much on their plate too early.
Okay, Daniel Gallen and then Kristen Rogers.
Carson, there's a lot of skepticism that the NFL could even get to this point during the pandemic with COVID and all the protocols and everything. What do you think is the biggest factor in the NFL getting to this point, and how do you guys, make sure that in 17 weeks you're still playing?
It's a great question. There's a lot of unknown involved on both ends of that. I think even being at this point, no one knew in the summer if we would. No one knew, and here we are. 6 days away from game one, and guys are excited that we're playing. But as far as to maintain this level of safety and everything, it's going to take commitment from all the players. Following the protocols in the building, being smart out of the building. Doing what you need to do to take care of yourself, but also the team. And so we're prepared for whatever kind of unfolds with everything during this pandemic. But I think if guys handle it the right way, you can't reduce it completely. There's still risk in every single day things that you do, but we can mitigate it as much as we can. I think the NFL's done a good job of putting the right protocols in place, and guys, at least I can only speak for our organization, I think guys have handled it really well.
Okay, Kristen Rogers and then Martin Frank.
Hey, Carson, kind of in that same vein, can you appreciate the sense of normalcy that fans are going to be getting this weekend, having the NFL back this fall, even if they are just cheering from you guys from their couch?
Yeah, I think it's big for fans, but also just honestly for this country. There's just been a lot of, so to speak, negativity, a lot of things going on in this world, and I think it's just good to get a little sense of normalcy, like you said, and to have a football season, something to take everyone's mind off of the pandemic and everything going on, and just be fans again, and for us to just be players again and go out and play. So I think we're all excited about that, both players and fans.
Okay, Martin Frank and then Chris Murray.
Hey, Carson. You have quite a few rookies, especially on offense and skill positions, who have never played in a preseason game before, haven't really had that, taste of what the NFL is really like in a game. What do you tell guys like Jalen, Rager, Hurts even, Hightower, Quez, I guess Quez is on IR, but guys like that, about what to expect Sunday once it starts for real?
Yeah, just tell them to be themselves. I think it's easy as a rookie, as a young guy, to just kind of be intimidated or overwhelmed with everything going on. And for me, the biggest thing I kept telling myself was it's still just football. It's still just football. It's just a game. It's just a game. And I think that's what I've been echoing to these guys. Just, hey, you be yourself. Don't try and do anything extra. Just play within yourself. You've been playing this game since you were a kid, and hopefully guys can respond with that and play fast. And I'm excited to see these guys get their shot.
Okay, we have time for two more, so let's go Chris Murray and then Ed Kratz.
Hey, Carson, can you talk about the chemistry that you've developed with the younger guys, and what do those guys bring to the table outside speed and all that? What kind of energy do these guys bring to the table as wide receivers?
Yeah, I think young guys in general. In this locker room, I think always bring a different energy. Bring a different sense of. Just energy and positivity to the locker room. And so guys have enjoyed getting to know a lot of these guys. And like you said, they bring a lot of, speed and a lot of explosiveness. You turn on all their college highlight tapes and, not only down the field, but with the ball in their hand and what they can do with it. So, they provide a lot of energy. They have a real willingness to learn and to be great. I see that in each one of them, and that's something that I appreciate. And they're very responsive to corrections and coaching points and different things like that. So I think the sky's the limit for all these guys, and we just got to keep growing with them one day at a time.
Okay, let's end it here with Ed Kratz.
Hey, hi, Carson. I remember 4 years ago coming down to the NovaCare complex on Labor Day to hear Doug announce you as the starting quarterback your rookie year. I know you were out hunting, I think, when you got word that weekend that it was going to be you after they traded Sam, but what do you recall about that moment, and how over these, this is your fifth year, how have you evolved as as a player on the field?
Yeah. As far as evolution as a player on the field, the latter part of that question, it's been a whirlwind. It's been something new every year that you're learning about yourself. It's there's been a lot of highs and lows for me, both on the field, but also injuries and all of those things. And so a lot of life changes as well, getting married, having a daughter. So life's been a whirlwind, to say the least, but learned a lot about myself, grown a lot as a man and in my faith. As far as what I remember about that weekend, it was pretty crazy. You know, I was like you said, I was out hunting. I was laying in a cornfield. Not a great morning hunt, but I got that call from coach as I was laying in the middle of the corn, and you know, we packed up right then and there. I said, I gotta go. So it was definitely one to remember, and definitely cherish that memory for sure.
Thanks.
Okay, thanks, Carson. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys. God bless.